Okay.
Here today's topic is what are services, okay, offering Microsoft Azure, okay. And here what actually in data engineering, in Azure data, so you can call it as ADE. So this will be the Azure data engineer, ADE, okay. So here the Microsoft will offers the inject the data, so injection the data and storing the data will store, storage the data and processing the data, so processing the data and transform the data, transformation the data and analytics, so it will analyze the data. Analyze the data. So what are the services Microsoft will provide here? So here the Microsoft will provide the number of services here. That will be the first one.
Secure రాదా మేడం పైన దాంట్లో?
Yeah, secure also. So it will secure the data also. Okay. So here Azure data factory. Okay. What is Azure data factory means? So we will call it as ADF. Don't be confused, okay. So some interviewer questions, interviewer will ask, they don't want to mention Azure data factory, they are asked some simply what is ADF, okay. So the ADF will supports batch and schedule injections, okay, how the data will be inject like a batch wise. So like that the ADF will helps, okay. Next, so data will transfer, so using ETL. What is ETL normally? What is ETL?
Transform load.
No, not transform load. Extract,
transform load.
Yes, extract,
నేను కూడా
transform
అదే చెప్పిన.
load, extract in pillar.
Okay. I also said the same thing.
But we didn't hear extract over there.
Okay.
Yeah, extract. So here extract services will use to service to move and transform data from over using 100 sources. ఇక్కడ ADF అనేది ఏం చేస్తుందంటే నార్మల్గా డేటా అనేది ETL యూజ్ చేసుకొని, అంటే ఎక్స్ట్రాక్ట్ ట్రాన్స్ఫర్ లోడ్, ఆర్ ఎల్స్ యూ కెన్ కాల్ ఎక్స్ట్రాక్ట్ లోడ్ ట్రాన్స్ఫర్ ఆల్సో. ETL అన్నా ELT అన్నా ఒకటే. సో యూ కెన్ కాల్ ఇట్ యాజ్ ELT ఆల్సో హియర్, ELT, ఓకే. కన్ఫ్యూజ్ అవ్వకండి, ETL and ELT also the same thing here. So this will be the extract transfer load and extract load transfer. సో ఏం చేస్తుందంటే ఈ సర్వీస్ని యూజ్ చేసుకొని, ఈ ఎక్స్ట్రాక్ట్ ట్రాన్స్ఫర్ లోడ్ సర్వీస్ని యూజ్ చేసుకొని డేటా అనేది ట్రాన్స్ఫర్ చేస్తుంది. ఇందులోకి ఒక 100 సోర్సెస్లోకి డేటా అనేది ట్రాన్స్ఫర్ చేయడానికి యూస్ అవుతుంది. సో ఇది వెరీ క్విక్ ఉంటుంది, ఓకేనా. ఇట్ విల్ బి వెరీ క్విక్ and it will used for using high moderate tier 1 will be used here. Okay, are you getting my point? So the ADF will be used like that. And another service here, that will be Azure Synopsys pipeline. Synopsys pipeline. Okay, what is a Synopsys pipeline means? So here it will happen similar to ADF. So this will be the similar to ADF, but integrated into Synopsys for hybrid. So ETL data house wiring. Okay, data house wiring. So you can say simply what are the Microsoft Azure will offer the services means you can say only Azure Data Factory and Azure Synopsys pipeline. I'll tell you one thing here. Next, third one, Azure Event Hub. So most of things we are using only ADF only. In the ADF only we are used the most of the services here. Okay, we are not using any this much of advanced. We don't want to use in using the deployment process and scheduling and all the things. Here only we are using the ADF properties only. So these all are the ADF things only we will use. Okay, ఏంటంటే మనం మైక్రోసాఫ్ట్ సర్వీసెస్లో ఓన్లీ ఏడిఎఫ్ అనేది యూజ్ చేస్తాం. సో ఈ పైప్ లైన్స్ ఇవన్నీ కూడా అంతగా యూజ్ చేయం. సినాప్సిస్ పైప్ లైన్స్ అనేది యూజ్ చేయం, ఓన్లీ పైప్ లైన్ అనేది మాత్రం యూజ్ చేస్తాం. పైప్ లైన్ ఎప్పుడు యూజ్ చేస్తామంటే డేటా అనేది మనము లోడ్ చేస్తున్నప్పుడు. సో డేటా అనేది లోడ్ చేస్తున్నప్పుడు ఈ పైప్ లైన్ పద్ధతిలోనే పంపిస్తాం మనం. అంటే ఈ పైప్ లైన్ యూజ్ చేసుకొని డేటా అనేది పంపిస్తాం. ఓకేనా? సో ఆర్ గెట్టింగ్ మై పాయింట్?
Ma'am, we use pipeline when loading the data, ma'am.
Yes.
Into pipeline.
Yes. Wait a second.
Synapse ante, I mean, is it a tool or is it some service in Azure? If you are speaking, you are not audible.
Just a moment, I'm not telling anything. Just a second, I'm shifting my room. Yeah. So most of the common things we are using in only ADF only. We are not involved this much of synopsis and all the things. Just information I'm telling here. That's it. Okay, and next, And next we have that here Azure IoT also one service. So these all are providing the Microsoft Azures. Okay, so Microsoft Azure services will, so all the things will be provided here. And here the Azure IoT hub.
Ma'am, Azure Event Hub.
One second, Abhi. I didn't. Yeah, what happened, Abhi?
Ma'am, Azure Event Hub so definition like
Okay,
దాని గురించి
I
చెప్పలేదు.
will. Here Azure IoT hubs means here the big data. What is big data normally? It will accept the financial, banking and all the data will be the big data is what we have. That big data will be accepted here. So here the big data streaming platform and event. Okay, inject services also here. Inject services. So here what happens means millions of data will accept here in event hub. Okay, millions of data. Millions of data will accept in the event hub. What is Azure IoT? Here the Azure IoT will be, here we will call it as Azure IoT hub. Okay, here Azure IoT means data will here inject and process. డేటాని ఇంజెక్ట్ చేస్తాం, ప్రాసెస్ చేసుకుంటాం ఫ్రమ్ IoT devices or data from IoT. So what is IoT here? What is IoT? Guys, IoT Internet of Things. Okay, IoT means Internet of Things. Okay, so here we have another service that will be Azure Logic Apps. Okay, here Azure Logic Apps, it will work for workflows, automations for data, injections from services. Okay, like SharePoint. Here in the SharePoint what will happens means like take a email. సపోజ్ ఒక ఈమెయిల్ తీసుకున్నారు అనుకోండి, ఒక ఈమెయిల్లో మనకి ఆటో జనరేటెడ్ ఈమెయిల్స్ అనేవి వస్తాయి. సపోజ్ ఒక ఆర్గనైజేషన్లో వర్క్ చేశారనుకోండి, మీ బర్త్డే ఎప్పుడు అయితే అప్పుడు మీకు హ్యాపీ బర్త్డే అని చెప్పేసి వస్తుంది. లేదు అని అంటే ఒక నార్మల్గా ఏదైనా ఒక ఈవెంట్ లాంటిది, అది ఎప్పుడు వస్తుందనంటే ఇవి షేర్ పాయింట్ యూజ్ చేసినప్పుడు మాత్రమే ఆటోమేటిక్ మెసేజెస్ అనేవి వస్తాయి మనకి. So when you are going to using this SharePoint, the automatic messages will be generated. Okay, so SharePoint is a one tool actually. So here like that it will happens. Okay, so this will be the Microsoft will provide it in the ADF, and after we have another service that will be data storage. Okay, data storage. What is data storage normally? In the data storages we have number of storages here, like 4 types of storages that will be Azure Data Lake. Already you know Azure Data Lake, what it will do. Azure Data Lake storage, and here we have Gen 1 and Gen 2 also. Gen 1 and Gen 2 we have in Azure Data Lake, right? So here it will accepts the three types of structures, that will be structure, unstructured and semi-structured. Okay, structure, unstructured and semi-structured data will accept it. And here after that it will have the hierarchical model also. Hierarchical. Okay. Next, another storage here in data storage only. And how many types of data storages we have means we have the 5 types of data storages. Okay. So here Azure data lake storage, and after that Azure Blob storage. Azure Blob storage. Here it will accept the PDFs. Media means what? Here the media means it will accept the video and audio. Okay. So after that we have the another storage here, that will be Azure SQL databases. This is also one storage. Okay, so here what happens, here we have a relational database for structure data storages in SQL. In SQL means what? We have the structured data only. It is not have any raw data and all the things. Here in the Azure SQL database means it will only accept the structured data only. Okay. And after that we have Azure Cosmos DB. Here we have in Cosmos DB means globally distributed NoSQL means what? We have the predefined functions here. Only you can use the collection over there, that's it. Already ఏంటి అంటే నార్మల్ గా క్వెరీ అనేది ఉంటుంది ప్రీడిఫైన్ గా. సో ఇక్కడ ఏంటిదంటే ఒక కలెక్షన్ అనేది యూజ్ చేస్తే సరిపోతుంది NoSQL. ఓకే, అండ్ ద డేటాబేస్ ఫర్ రియల్ టైమ్, and it will have as well semi-structure.
Azure SQL database ante like can we use SQL queries there directly? What we use in SQL?
What happened, Abhi?
You said that. Can you share that screen? You have written that Azure SQL, right?
Yes, Azure SQL database.
Means can we directly perform query there only? Like, are we able to perform?
Yes, we
SQL queries?
will perform in a sync manner. In the tool, it will there in the sync. I'll show you in while starting and while creating the Azure portal. I'll show you all the things. Okay, how it will.
Okay.
యాక్చువల్గా ఏంటిదని అంటే అక్కడ ఒక షింక్ అనే చెప్పి ఒక ఆప్షన్ ఉంటుంది. ఆ ఆప్షన్లోని మనము ఏం చేస్తామంటే ఒక వర్క్ స్పేస్ లాగా ఇచ్చిన దాన్ని బట్టి క్వైరీస్ని మ్యానిపులేట్ చేస్తాం. ఉన్న క్వైరీస్ని అవసరమైతే క్వైరీ కూడా రాయాల్సి ఉంటుంది.
Okay. Inside Azure only. No need of SQL at that time.
Actually, I'll show you. Okay, I don't have the access for Azure now. I'll show Actually inside only we have write over there while you're going to copying the data, like that.
Okay.
Okay. Next storage we have Azure Synops dedicated SQL pool. Okay, so this is also one storage of that. And we have here that is scalable data warehouse storage optimized for analysis or analytics workloads. Okay, so what happens means in data storage the blindly you can remember one thing here. What happens means application we need the specific storage. Okay, in the data storages we need for application specific storages. Okay, next we can share storage as well. Okay, we can shared storage. Next, preferences. Next, databases. Okay, in here it will provide the in the Microsoft Azure this many of storages will be this many of services will provided in Microsoft Azure. I'll share this.
How many? 8 services.
What?
8 services total.
Yeah, 8 services. I think the full notes is not came here.
Teams lo పెట్టండి.
Teams lo